I know you see a mustache, but don't be irritated. I'm still Benjamin, and we're still here at the after show of The World According to Jeff Goldblum. And this time, ladies and gentlemen, talking all about coffee and the coffee making process and the most favorite topic of all, cosmetic. Stay tuned.
I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Oh my gosh, we're back. Hello, everybody.
We're back.
How is it going, ladies?
Great.
Oh
Last
my
2
God.
episodes, I'm so sad.
Oh my
It's coming
God.
to an end.
I mean, I can't even believe how fast every week is going
It did
by,
go
right?
fast.
Yeah.
Oh my God. But this week, I mentioned that already. We talk about one of my favorite topics. Cosmetic, I still work on that one, right? But coffee.
I thought that was like coffee mustache, actually, at first. I thought you were drinking coffee all day.
I like that, but that's what I did it for.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
but
Well, then that makes sense.
Before we start, I want to introduce my phenomenal panel, right? On my far left, Maddie Pocks.
I'm Maddie Pocks. I'm so excited to be back, as always. I can't believe this is over after these episodes. We need a season 2.
We're
but
going to be back for sure.
We need to be back,
sure.
and we will, hopefully.
Of course, we're going to be back. And we also have our news anchor. She's always going to go crazy. Kay Montgomery's in the house.
Yes. Working on the bicycle project that you tasked me with last
You
week.
do?
Yes, working on it.
Are you serious? I want to see pictures. Anyway, and my name is Benjamin, right? And you're right, I have a mustache, but that's a different story. I'm an actor, host at AfterBuzz, as we all know, right? And now we're going to go into the first topic, which for me personally, because I'm a coffee junkie, I have to admit, is coffee. And I wanted to ask you guys the first question. Do you guys drink coffee?
I don't. I'm like Jeff Goldblum. I don't drink coffee. I haven't had a drink of coffee probably since I was like in high school.
You're kidding.
Wow,
Yeah.
the discipline.
How
I
can
love
you
it.
live life?
Yeah.
I was like,
How do you stay awake?
I've never been a coffee drinker, and then that's
Wow.
like part of my religious code now. Like my
that's amazing.
yeah, what I drink, what I eat.
I
Coffee
wish
is
I
one of
could
the
do
things
that.
I don't drink.
But you drink tea, at least, I guess.
No, I don't
Any
drink tea
caffeine?
either.
No
I don't
caffeine?
drink no
Soda?
No, I drink soda. I can drink caffeine.
Wow.
It's specifically coffee and then certain types of tea.
Right.
Yeah.
I respect that a lot because I feel like I should go down a little bit with my coffee.
How much coffee are you drinking in a
That's
day?
a different story, but I mean, maybe sometimes 6-7 cups.
So you were
Wow.
like Jeff was, because that's what Jeff said. He was like,
I mean, Jeff and I, we are one person.
he was up there. How much coffee do you drink in a day, man?
Oh, not that much. Like, I'll go days without it, but because
really?
it makes me shaky. I'm one of those people, I like.
That's like Jeff too.
Yeah.
I feel it sometimes, but I'm trying to, don't let it come out that
Well,
much.
it's just the anxiety, and then you feel lightheaded, and then I'm not the biggest. This sounds so weird. I'm not the biggest fan of drinking water.
Oh, wow.
I don't know
Interesting.
why. Like, yeah, I'll drink water. I'm not obviously not drinking water, but the fact that the more coffee you drink, you should keep more hydrated.
Right.
Because then you'll be
True.
like totally dehydrated.
True.
So I try and limit it.
Yeah.
But there's days when I get up and obviously like, oh my God, I need a huge coffee.
Yeah.
I had 3 hours of sleep or
Right,
whatever. I don't know how you can go through those days and not have a coffee. I
mean-
guess you have soda, right? So that's fine.
But I don't. I just get enough sleep.
okay.
Like
well,
sleep is
Okay,
one. Like,
okay, I mean-
like sleep is one of my number one priorities. But anyway,
No,
I'm
like-
so jealous.
I mean-
I'm so
coffee.
jealous.
I even sleep long. So I was like, and still, it doesn't help. Anyway, but even you guys at home, please let us know. Do you guys drink coffee? If yes, what kind of coffee do you drink and how much do you drink, right? I mean, I drink 6-7 cups sometimes,
are
which
you
I feel
making
like
your own coffee? Or are you going out?
I go out.
You go
That's
out.
expensive.
That's a serious.
I
Do the
know, I know.
math.
But again, that's a different topic, a different story. I'm not addicted, but let's talk about Jeff, okay?
On a side note, sorry to interrupt.
No.
I would love to see how much money you spend a day on coffee and add it up throughout the month.
Yeah.
It's like
I would say maybe $10 a day if I drink that many. I don't always drink 6-7 cups a day, to be honest,
That's
but
a
it
lot of
can
money.
get to that amount.
you have
can
30
get-
days in a month. That's $300.
I feel very bad now. my God.
You shouldn't. Everybody spends money on something. That's where
I
you
know.
choose to spend your
Okay.
money. Well, I thought it was interesting for Jeff to do a show on coffee when he doesn't even drink coffee anymore.
Yeah.
I was like, is this going to be torturous for him? But it didn't seem like it. Seemed like he was still having fun, exploring, enjoying.
I was shocked for a minute, I have to say, because I kind of expected him to drink coffee for some reason. He looks like a coffee drinker to me. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, because he's hyped up.
Yeah.
He's excited.
Yeah, he is
but
pretty hyper.
Maybe that's a secret of not drinking coffee for so long. You know, in the beginning you feel really bad because
Yeah.
I've cut it out before on cleanses and stuff. And then after that's out of your system, then you're like, wow, I don't need it. I'm energetic without it. So
Exactly.
maybe he's onto something, and you too. It's good, I think.
Okay, we're gonna work on that still, Jeff. I appreciate that you don't drink as many coffees as I do. I'm still working on that, but I want to talk about a guy that I found very funny on that show, and his name is Kent Rollins.
Yeah.
Our cowboy guy, ladies
Oh
and gentlemen.
yeah.
I mean, I just
That
have to
was
say
interesting.
one thing, and you guys tell me what you think, okay? 49 million views on YouTube.
Wow.
I was like, I couldn't believe that.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a cool guy, don't get me wrong, but he felt more like a cowboy guy, like an old school guy who knows how to do this old school coffee. But then seeing him on a video and like, hey everybody, I'm in my shower right now, and gets 49 million views on that. That was phenomenal.
Yeah, I think
mean-
it must be his authenticity because I
True.
said the same thing, right? Like,
True.
he seems like a for reals dude. Like,
Yeah, he is.
he's a real like cowboy.
I know.
So I'm interested in seeing a real cowboy like navigate through life. That was
Right.
really interesting to see him because he was like, we make it a certain way, and I was like, whoa, what is this like a certain way that he
I
like
know.
special way that he makes it. So that was really interesting.
And I have a feeling, even without tasting it, but I saw how he did it. I feel like this coffee that he did tastes much more like real coffee than what you used to get in a store or whatever when you go to a store. That's what I feel. I think this is the old
Yeah.
school making of coffee, and that's what we should drink, but we don't really get it that much, I feel. You know, I don't know how you feel about that.
Yeah, I want to go visit him and have some of his coffee. 'Cause
sure.
He said it's fire, water, coffee, beans, obviously.
Yeah.
And
That's right.
like he said no soap or anything like that.
Yeah, he said he had never washed that
True.
kettle out. Now that's kind of problematic.
Like, ew,
But
that
that's
kinda
real-
grosses me out.
I think I might have hit the rewind. I was like, did I hear him right? Did he say he's never?
I bet
But
it's
that's
really
real coffee,
good though.
people.
I was like, okay.
That's real coffee.
Okay.
That's how it is. But the interesting thing is like,
Germs, E. coli, all that good stuff in your coffee.
of course, the Germans
if you're
drink that.
boiling it, then it gets rid of the germs, I guess.
That's true.
Right?
But then
So-
That's
you
true.
never wash it? That just seems bizarre to me.
He's a cowboy, you know.
They don't need to wash it.
They don't need to wash
They
it.
can do stuff like that. Anyway, but
He's boiling it out.
talking about the history of coffee, which was interesting to me, like an Ethiopian goat or something was eating these kind of coffee berries.
Yeah.
And because of that, what basically came out at the end, they started to do coffee or making coffee.
Yeah.
And I was still trying to understand, even after the show, okay, let me see, this animal is eating that, and then you use that and you just make coffee out of it in a way, right?
It's funny, like, to think about the first person who probably thought of doing that. Like, I'm going to take this goat's poo
Exactly.
and drink it, like, brew it and drink it.
He must have felt like me every morning. You know, desperate.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
like,
need something.
Exactly,
I just-
shaking over. You know, like,
I'll try anything.
I know. Maybe one of my relatives, you know.
Yeah,
anyway.
probably.
But I also want to talk about, and which for me is a very interesting topic, and I always see that. I never had it because I'm not like a latte drinker. I normally drink just like the black brewed coffee. That's what I do with a little bit of
Really?
cream. I'm not this
It's
kind of.
not sweet at all.
Not really. I don't really like that.
Interesting.
No, I don't really because of the carbs, maybe. You know, but
yeah.
but talking about the art of coffee, and we have our guy David Schomer, right, who does it for 31 years already, and he came up with this idea, espresso vivace. I mean, we talked already about it. You've never seen that before. I mean, you're not a
No.
big coffee drinker, but Maddie, have you seen espresso vivace before?
No,
never.
never.
I was
Never.
like, where are you guys? I think if I'm correct, they are in Seattle, right? That's where they started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they
Yeah.
that's where we have to go then, obviously. So, but I'm just amazed by his persistency, how long he's doing it already, which is
Yeah.
crazy. And then we have this one guy coming up in the store and is doing the heart. I was like, on top of the coffee surface. I mean, have you ever tried that before? Do you know how to do that?
No.
No, but I've seen some really cool like latte art on Instagram.
Yeah.
I've seen some insane stuff.
Yeah, me too. I one of my friends was in the Caribbean and she got a latte and it
Right.
actually had the Joker.
You're kidding.
You know, like clown or whatever on the latte and the foam. And I was like, that is insane. That must be like the most talented person ever to actually go so intricate to make that. And she was like, it literally took him like 5 minutes.
And you're sure he did that by himself manually without any whatever kind of...
Yeah, she's like, I watched him. But, you know, she was at a nice hotel. Like, I'm pretty sure they probably got him in there, flew him in.
Just
you know,
for that.
he's like a chef, some connoisseur to coffee. You never know, right?
Right. But
it was crazy.
That's and what I felt on that show when I watched that, I feel like, wow, this is really something for people. People like to drink coffee, obviously, but it's also about like the experience they have.
Right.
And art, what we see, is part of it. Even what they see on the surface, on top of it, they like that stuff. Maybe that's even the reason why they buy that coffee.
Yeah.
Which for me is like, wow. I mean, I'm not sure if I would do that. For me, it's more about the caffeine, right? I want to get it in my system.
Well,
but people like to see that, oh, it looks kind of cute, and then they drink it and feel good about it.
But obviously now they have social media and Instagram. So do you think people just buy it just to take a photo? And
of course they do.
It's all about the IG feed.
Oh my God. I'm still working on that too,
but that's good for those artists because, you know, now people are promoting them on Instagram and they're making more money, I guess.
Sure,
Before it was just kind of maybe word of mouth.
Totally.
They didn't get that much promotion, but
exactly.
good for them.
It seems so easy when he did it too. He just poured it and like, and so I thought, oh, he's gonna teach Jeff a trick to that, and Jeff's gonna learn it in like 2 cups or whatever.
But he did it though. Didn't you see it at the end? He kind of like it looked like a heart. I mean, I could see it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was kind of cool.
Tries, but he got
Maybe
it.
he did it 100 times between each take or whatever. I don't know. But that was amazing.
Cool.
But that was very cool. But what I also wanted to talk about very quickly before we go into cosmetics is the component society, community, which I feel is a big thing. I mean, I believe also that this is Starbucks' big marketing thing too, in a way, because they create this environment. Hey, you can come to our store, you can sit down, we have couches, everything, we have Wi-Fi, and you get a good coffee for $5. $5. I said $5, people. Yes, I did. But
6 times a day.
I know. But you know what I mean, right? And I feel like people like to just join each other, just sitting together and talk about it, and just having a coffee over it or something like that. So does that give something to you, even for you, Soda? But do you feel like if you have the right drink, that you feel like, oh, I like to socialize even more now that I have a drink in front of me that you like specifically?
I mean, I wouldn't want to be at an event just drinking water, but that's fine.
I get it.
I like soda, and coffee would be nice because it gives you that little kick and you want to socialize more. So I totally get that.
So you feel the same. I feel that too. I feel more like...
I was gonna say, it reminded me of the bike stroll last week, because remember they went to the beach in San Clemente and they did cars and coffee outside.
That's right.
This whole big thing they did, cars and coffee outside. It really made me think of the week before when we did bikes and they did the slow roll through Detroit.
Very good point.
And all these different things that people do to create community. It's all just about getting people together and creating community and meeting, strangers and creating bonds.
Right.
So I just thought that was really cool, especially to do it on the beach. Who doesn't love the beach?
Very good point. Which also brings me back to people. If you still want that Kay is creating a bicycle community in Los Angeles, let us know. Thank you. I mean,
right.
you started the topic.
You gotta get your bike together.
I didn't say anything.
But I thought that was interesting how all these different things create community.
It's true. I totally give you that. That was great. No, it's a very good point. I didn't see the connection, but you totally get it. Okay, now it's time. I know you're very excited. I can see it in your eyes. I feel it. I'm also excited because I learned a lot. We're talking about cosmetics.
Yeah.
And the first thing I have to say, I mean, I knew already it's a big market, but when I heard $500 billion globally, I was like, wow. I mean, maybe you could believe that. I could not believe that. Did you hear about that number before? Was that something you knew?
It wasn't super surprising because, half the population wears it. So
66%, right?
It was which
was shocking too, in a way.
That makes sense.
I don't know one girl, maybe one girl who doesn't really wear makeup, but usually, even if it's like a tinted moisturizer, if they don't want to wear a lot, right? They'll wear something.
Yeah.
But every girl wears it, so that's not surprising. And then once again, with social media, it's like all these makeup artists, people promoting it all the time. Like, you can't, for me, I guess because that's like my demographic they see on the algorithms and stuff. because I'm following makeup artists, but it's just constant advertisements of makeup artists. It's just, you can't get away from it. It's everywhere.
Right.
At least for me.
No, I totally get it. I mean, let me ask you guys, and also the audience at home. So do you guys go on YouTube sometimes if you want to have or want to know about a specific trick that you can try on yourself, that you go to one of those tutorials and just see what they do? Do you guys do that?
I don't, but I go to my daughter, and my daughter is on YouTube constantly. And half of the stuff she looks at is dancing, and then the other half of the stuff she looks at is makeup. Right. And so she knows how to do makeup better than me. If I go somewhere important, I have her come and do my makeup.
You kidding?
No,
I love that.
100%.
That's awesome, though.
She's 15.
Oh,
she's
okay.
great. I've actually taken pictures of her stuff before, and I'll be in a makeup artist chair for like a gig or something.
Right.
And I'll show them, and they'll be like, "Oh my gosh, that's really good." They give me advice for her. You know, she should get into makeup.
Maybe
she
that's
should
her
go
talent.
work at a counter. Yeah. She could work at eventually she could work on set if she wanted. You know.
I love that. Maybe that's a discovery of your daughter's talent. Seriously, she should definitely follow that. Yeah. I love that. Yeah. Eddie.
So I do it sometimes if it's something so specific, but I kind of wish, like, when I was growing up, there wasn't really YouTube,
right?
For all of us, really. So
That's
it's
right.
like, we didn't have those tutorials, but I kind of learned how to do it through people. Like, you go get your makeup done or through friends. But yeah, sometimes if it's like applying a certain product I know nothing about, I'll go to YouTube, but I'm not on it just like watching stuff all the time. Right. So I think that's more the younger generation.
Yeah. No, I totally get it. And I also wanted to ask that question to you guys at home. So if you use makeup or cosmetics in general, why is it important to you? Men and women, by the way. I want to hear from all of you guys, right? Because I also learned, and we talk about Manny Gutierrez in a second too, which was very surprising to me. But even men use it more and more now, which was... I didn't
know
really
guys
know
who
that.
wear it.
Like,
and even if they don't admit it, I can see it on their skin.
On a daily basis? So let's see, like I would sit in a chair right now having makeup on just like that?
I thought you were wearing makeup.
I do not. That's
your natural
beauty.
Oh, okay, you're just naturally
Thank you, Mom.
Right.
So wow, I didn't know that. I mean, of course, when I'm on set and do something for movies or whatever, of course I do that. But and I saw Stallone even did it. When you watch the Rocky movies, he always has these kind of eyeliners to have his point out a little more.
Yeah,
I can see that.
Yeah.
But talking about all these things and talking about what cosmetics means to a lot of people, talking about the convention, Sephora. And I was like, interesting. And I met these women, and I saw these women and how they talk about it and what they feel about having makeup on their face, like empowering. A lot of people said empowering, the word empowering, emancipation. For women, obviously, especially back in the days, even more important. So what does it give to you guys, seriously? When you wake up in the morning and you want to wear makeup, why do you do it in the first place?
I want to look hot. Well, if you're being completely honest, it enhances your features, and there's nothing really else to it. Like, I feel naked, sometimes if I don't have makeup on.
Interesting.
So I can't live without my lip liner and my mascara. I know it's like really shallow to say, but it's the truth. Shallow. You know, a lot of girls now, they're like, even back in the day, in the 60s, 50s, it was, I think, even more so people needed to have makeup on then all the time. So with the wing eyeliner and whatnot.
So would you say, bottom line is that, yes, if I put makeup on, I feel more empowered. Would you say that?
Just a little bit more confident. Okay. If I'm out with no makeup and I run into, say, an ex-boyfriend or something, I'm like, ooh.
Oh, really? Oh, interesting.
It's weird, though. It's like, it's a natural thing.
Interesting. No,
I
appreciate that.
You just feel like you don't look... I don't even know the word, just fresh enough or something.
Right.
No, or awake enough.
I get it. And I get it.
Yeah.
And what about you, Kate?
Yeah, I was just going to say, since I don't drink coffee, if I am tired, I got to hit right here. I got to get rid of those dark circles under my eyes. Yeah.
So you use kind of like powder, or what is it?
I do a concealer. I do an under eye concealer. It doesn't matter if I have anything else on. I mean, I have everything else on, but I always do an under eye concealer. I, for the longest time, was trying to do all of these different creams and things at night and face wash to get rid of these dark circles under my eyes, and I could not. I was taking vitamins. I was trying to do everything, and then finally it just dawned on me, like, I could probably try some concealer underneath. My daughter probably said, why don't you just try some concealer underneath? And I did. It changed my life. I was like, oh my gosh, I should have been doing this. Like,
I mean, honestly, guys, I don't even know what a concealer is.
Really?
So it's just makeup that's made especially to cover.
Okay.
So it just needs to cover right here.
So that means...
So it just changes, it just conceals the darkness that's right here.
Interesting. So that means I would assume even if a man doesn't want to like wear any color or whatever on his face, that's maybe something that a lot of men use to just
You could. If you
cover
had
that,
dark circles or if you had a spot somewhere where it was
right.
uneven, you can put some concealer on it.
So men at home, are you guys using concealer? Let me know. If yes, I might try.
I think more with guys, it's a tinted moisturizer because that's very thin on your skin. It's not too thick. Maybe, I mean, I can notice it, but a lot of people wouldn't be able to. You know, girls might be able to. I find what's really actually good for under your eyes is tattoo remover concealer, because that's, you know, that's covering up the blackness. So Kat Von D has a really good one. So I know a lot of girls who do that because, you know, you have the dark here. Right. And it just,
that makes sense.
It is a little bit cakey. You just have to use a tiny bit, but it will just literally wipe out all the black.
Right. Interesting, guys.
Yeah. So there's my advice.
She's a pro. You know what to do. I mean, wow, interesting. The only thing that I can just say as a man is, and I talk to a lot of men about that, is that I feel, and I even felt it when I shaved off this part, right? And I just left the mustache. I was like, oh my God, I feel kind of naked. So I believe for us men, our beard is always kind of our makeup in a way.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's how I feel personally. Because if I have like a, how do you say, 5 shadow? How do you call it?
5 o'clock shadow,
I really have to say, I also feel a little more comfortable. When I have that. Seriously,
I really like seeing Manny because I've seen him before, just like because he has a what do you call it? I went into Sephora and he was all over, so he has a contract. Is what I think I'm trying to say. Not Sephora. Sorry, I went to Morphe and he had a contract with them, and his pictures are up everywhere. And usually, YouTuber men who do makeup are barefaced. He's the first one. I mean, Jeffree Star is barefaced. Who's the other guy I'm trying to think of that's really, really popular? My daughter loves.
There's the Makeup by Ariel.
I get
on Insta.
But Manny's the first guy I've seen do makeup with that beard, and so I was thinking, I just thought that was really interesting because Jeff would seem like he was really interested to see Manny have the beard and do it, and so that's what Manny said. I didn't see a lot of men with beards being able to do the complete face.
Right. So I mean, you guys told me already. You knew him already, right? Manny Gutierrez. You guys saw him before, right?
I hadn't seen him before. Yeah.
I've never seen him before. I had no idea.
Days,
Oh, from YouTube days.
Or sorry, MySpace days.
Oh, MySpace.
Yeah,
oh, wow.
way back.
Wow,
so
I
he's in the game for a very long time.
Yeah.
Oh my God. All right.
He's been doing it forever.
But I was just like, okay, that means still the majority of his viewers are like women, I'm assuming. Yeah. So what do you think is like, what is attracted to them that they watch him specifically as a man with a beard doing all these makeup tutorials? What is so different about that? You know what I mean?
If someone knows what they're doing, you know, it doesn't really matter if they have a beard.
Yeah.
You know, and if they're shading it well and they look really good on the outcome, it's almost kind of like, wow, this guy had a beard and he was, you know, looked masculine before and now he looks stunning. So that's almost kind of more incentive to watch the video in a way.
Which brings us,
and he's not the first man with a beard. I mean, I've been to Mac before in New Jersey and seen a guy with his face beat. That means his makeup done really well with a beard. That's probably the first guy I saw with a beard.
Maybe it's still,
and
Ben,
his bronzer, his eyebrows were beautiful.
I think it's about representation. Like, just like everything else, like there are people with beards who want to see makeup for people with beards.
So
and
true,
it's just a different representation of how it looks.
Very good point. Steph, you're always right. I totally agree. No, you got it. That's not. That's nothing else to say. But yeah, it's true. Yeah. Which I really like. Also, what you mentioned, like maybe changing the whole like look and how you look like, or the character you want to represent. Getting us to the topic of the drag queens, which I found very interesting.
Yes.
I just learned, guys, I'm not sure if you guys knew that before, but drag stands for dressing as a girl. Did you know that? I
didn't know that before this. I thought that was
and now
really
that I know, it's like, oh yeah, that's easy now. Of course, that's what it is. So never heard about that before.
Yeah.
But I wanted to point that out specifically because it's just interesting to me what makeup can do, because when I saw these ladies, these drag queens coming out doing their show, I was like, wait a minute. This was this guy before, like the man. I mean, he looked like a man for me before, right? And then he's putting on this makeup, this wig and everything, and he looked like, if I wouldn't have known that he was a man before the makeup, I would have thought it's a woman. Seriously, it was so good. It was so good.
That's a great drag queen for you.
I mean, did you feel the same? I
mean, they're the best at doing makeup, and I've seen them. I actually at Hamburger Mary's, or that place that they went to in this episode. I used to live down the street, and would go all the time. It's best burgers ever. So then I watched them tape their eyes back, tape their neck. Glue everything, and was like, wow, this is so fascinating. Like they're literally the best at doing makeup.
And I
thought it was interesting that he went to talk to the drag queens, but he didn't talk about there's a straight through line between drag queen makeup and YouTube makeup. Like drag queen makeup really influences current day makeup. That whole cut crease trend, that's a drag queen trend. So like a lot of things that are drag queen makeup are becoming mainstream / YouTube makeup.
Yeah, right.
So I was like, I thought that was interesting that he didn't make drama.
I mean, I appreciate that. I mean, we have RuPaul's show, right? That was a huge hit, right? I think this topic becomes more relevant anyway right now. So I really appreciated that they put that on the show. Yeah. But what I also wanted to say is because everyone, the drag queens specifically, they said something so true, because for them it's like, hey, you know what? Why not? I just want to do, because I just feel like I want to be this character tonight. And I just put on my makeup and I'm just that person. And I love that. And I believe, wow, this is kind of freedom. You can do whatever. I feel like a lot of people, even myself sometimes, I would say, no, I cannot do this. Come on. I mean, I cannot put on makeup and maybe be a woman. Why not? But I like that they just say, you know what? I don't care what people say or what people might say. I just love doing that. I like looking like that. And that's pretty much what it is. And I love that comment, What did you guys think?
Well, it's like being an actor. You get into character.
Pretty much.
I'm all for it. I love going to drag shows. It's really fun. It's really entertaining, especially at Hamburger Mary's.
I've never been. West Hollywood, right?
Yeah, it's on Santa Monica Boulevard.
Hamburger Mary's, check it out.
If you're ever in the area, anyone, or you.
I love hamburgers. I love drag queens now.
Yeah, they do the drag queen brunch on Sundays, I believe.
Wow.
If they still do it.
Drag queens and brunch. Cool. They have drag queens, coffee, food.
Yeah.
But we're almost running out of time, but we definitely want to get to our special segment, which I'm the greatest at, as we all know, right? Oh my God. Guys, I'm trying, okay? Okay, Maddie, give it to us.
Okay, wait, I'm just trying to find where we're at. Okay, here we go. I'm not going to do movies this time.
Okay.
I want you to try and guess, and I'm not going to give you a description, so it's going to be a little bit harder.
Yeah.
Okay, so these are 2 TV shows that Jeff has been on.
Okay.
First one has to do with law and crime and justice.
Law and Order.
Yes. Did I just get that away too easily?
That was the only show I knew. And I always, did you know when you are so happy inside of you, you're about to say it? And
it was on the tip of your tongue.
You gotta be fast.
You gotta be fast.
I lost that moment.
Okay,
there he is. Always see a picture. Oh, wow. Look at him.
Wow.
Look at his
such
hair.
a stud.
He looks so, it's so disconcerting to see him with brown hair.
Yeah.
I just think of him
He
as a silver
looks
fox
the
now.
same kind of. Like, obviously, he has gray hair now.
But how was he?
He looks great.
How was he investigating back then already? Was like, what was it? Do you feel like?
I feel like I've seen him on that show, and he was really good. We have to see
that would have
a clip
cracked
of
me
it.
up. You know what I mean?
That would
right?
have been
Anyway, sorry.
Okay, next one. Let's see if you can get this, Ben.
Okay.
So, 2 people are the main focuses of the show. I've never actually seen this show really myself, but it's a girl and a guy. It's a classic. It's almost like Friends, Seinfeld.
Will and Grace.
Yes.
What did you
Oh, you got it!
Will and Grace?
Oh,
You just
Will
said
and
it
Grace.
super fast so you wouldn't go.
Of course. I was like,
I was way behind.
No
I
pressure.
was like mad about you? No. So good.
Will and Grace.
I mean, but I'm just saying that because.
Good job.
Yes,
Good
you
job.
got
Thank you.
it.
Oh my God, people, I did
I've
it.
never seen him on that show, but he's in it.
I just knew it because Friends and Will and Grace is the only thing I know in
Yeah.
this section.
They're all kind of similar. Friends, Will and
sure.
Grace, Seinfeld. Yeah.
That's right. Never. Yeah, Seinfeld wasn't really that big in Germany. We never had Seinfeld, by the way.
Oh, really?
Never watched any Seinfeld.
Have you not watched any Seinfeld?
Sorry.
I haven't either. In Canada, it wasn't that big either.
They bought so many shows in Germany, Prince of Bel-Air, like The King of Queens, Kevin James. I love Kevin James, King of Queens and all that stuff, but they never bought Seinfeld for some reason.
Okay, I'm gonna go off on a
Okay, well, now you can watch it. Now that you're in the States.
I'm just gonna say you guys should definitely watch it.
There he is.
It's one of the greatest comedies of this generation.
So Steph pulled up an image.
Oh,
what
thank
a
you,
great
Steph.
shot.
Oh.
Thank you,
He
Steph.
looks
Wow.
great as always.
Steph is fast. Oh my God, how do you do that? You like ping, picture done. Awesome. Thank you so much. Well, I have one. I can't believe that. That's my day. My year almost.
It's a
2020. 2020 is going to be my year, people.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But before we come to an end, we, of course, have Kay with the beautiful news.
Are you sure you want to hit news? I feel like Mimi Choi deserves so much more than what we're giving right now. So I'm going to tell you really quick.
That's true.
So Jeff is on a new show. It's called Birding with Charles Holmes. He's a staff writer for Rolling Stone. So it's like quick, just little vignettes. They're about 10 minutes long, many types of episodes. And he takes a celebrity and they walk around and they go birding.
They go birding.
They go birding.
Which means they watch birds.
That's right. They look for certain birds.
And this guy makes money off of watching birds.
My friend does that for a living as well.
His name is Charles Holmes. I guess he really makes money off of being a staff writer at Rolling Stone.
Okay.
But his goal is to be the world's preeminent bird watcher. And so he does this through his show by having celebrities come on and help him. So all of our Jeff Goldblum fans will probably love that. You just Google Birding with Charles and it'll bring up the episode.
Birding is a thing. Like I said before, my friend does it. She has an app even, and I went with her, and she's like, "That's that bird. That's this bird."
Yeah.
It's a huge thing, and I was like, "Wow."
Yeah. But by the way, Mimi Choi was amazing.
We talked about it for a minute.
Doing some amazing
I definitely want to point that out. Thank you so much for reminding that. Mimi Choi, sleep paralysis. Mm-hmm. I was like, what in the world is that, first of all? And the second thing is, how do you come up with ideas like that?
Yeah.
I mean, have you seen what she did on his face, like having the second pair of glasses?
Oh yeah, that was creepy, but it was amazing.
Cool.
It was amazing.
The stuff that she does. I mean,
check her out, Mimi Choi, by the way, guys. If you haven't seen her yet online, check her out. Mimi Choi, based in LA, right?
Yeah.
Even? I was like, I couldn't believe that.
Amazing stuff.
And she does this. She has this one day. They show it for a minute where she's painting half of her face, and then she has like butterflies in her hand, and it looks like she's a butterfly herself.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
I was
crazy.
like-
The way that she's able to do three dimensions is just insane to me with just makeup.
I was like,
So talented.
there you go. Guys, check her out, Mimi Choi. Seriously, I mean, I can
it's
just
a great
say,
shot of it.
I can just say, I'm a big fan of cosmetics now. You know, I'm gonna try it.
You're gonna start wearing
You
eyeliner.
know, I mean, yeah. Why not?
should. It'll
You know,
look
I
really
would do
good.
it. I do anything now because it's what I learned today. Seriously, is about freedom, and you just should do what you want to do in life.
All right.
Freedom.
So it's about freedom. Seriously, it's about freedom,
yeah.
people, right? So probably, maybe you're gonna see me as a drag queen in one movie at some point. Who knows,
At
right?
the Hamburger Mary's.
And I keep my mustache for that. That would
be
That's
awesome.
the one.
Seriously.
Boom. That's the one. Anyway. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. That was a pleasure. Also to you guys. I mean, honestly, I couldn't wish for a better panel. I mean, you guys are amazing.
Oh,
Seriously.
you're amazing too.
Come
You
on,
guys are awesome.
Stop it. No, but seriously, Steph, also to you. I mean, we love you, right? You know that. But before we come to an end, Maddie, where can find everyone? Where can find you, everyone? Where can find? where can everyone find you?
Everyone find me. Okay, so you can find me on Instagram at Maddie Pocks. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is such an amazing show and season with an amazing panel.
And you can find me at Host K on Twitter and on Instagram.
Awesome. Yeah. Again, thank you so much, everyone, for watching, for your comments, and please, keep up the bicycle community for Kay, right? Don't forget about that one. I really mean that. I'm serious. I'm German. I mean what I say. And yeah, you can also find me on Instagram, right, at Benjamin Schnau. And I also do We Are the Wave after this show in German and English for you guys. And I'm pretty sure we're going to have a second season anyway, right? So we definitely going to go.
so,
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
for sure. Yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. Also, Steph in the production booth, thank you so much. It was great. And we see you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.